Another notice, if he decides we need the public hearing, which he will, because all of us 25 have requested it, another notice will go out if the executive director will issue what's called a draft proposal for a contested public hearing in Austin. Now, that hearing in Austin is conducted by an administrative judge. He's separate from the TCEQ, and the hearing will be held in the State Office of Administrative Hearings. TCEQ has 3,000 employees. This is a big operation in Austin, and they take it to an administrative judge who will then decide what he thinks the outcome should be. And he will take his decision to the 3 commissioners of TCEQ. We don't get to speak to the 3 commissioners, the judge does. The case is heard on technical merits, which includes air quality, occupied habitat of endangered species, and whatever else you can present at the meeting on the 23rd that's accepted for presentation to the judge. The fourth thing, and I guess the most important thing, is that the administrative judge taking his recommendation to 3 commissioners, now you're getting down to people. And it's who you know. It's not all who you know, but a lot who you know. So the chairman of the committee has been there quite a while. He's one of the 3 people on the commissioners of TCEQ. There are 2 more appointees. They're all appointed by Governor Rick Perry. So it pays to know Governor Rick Perry. They are funded by your state legislators. And it darn sure pays to know your state legislators who can bend their ear. We think. This is all my opinion. So I think it's to your advantage and to all of our advantage that are protesting this permit to work with your local and your state elected officials. Thank you.
Hey, Bob?
Yes.
I want to ask you a question, but I want to make sure that people don't get afraid to write these letters.
Sure.
And make these phone calls. They don't physically have to go to that hearing. Is that a true statement? They come to this public meeting or put it in their letter.
Right.
They physically do not have to go to that hearing. So don't be afraid to write your letter. Don't be afraid to make the phone call. It will help our cause.
That's right. The executive director will take into account whatever you say or write will be a public record. Any other questions? Yes.
Diane Berger, here in town. My question is, do we have any pictures of these birds in the affected area?
First off, we met with Texas Parks and Wildlife and U.S. Fish and Wildlife the first of last month. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Omar asked Larry Parr, Mr. Davis, if we could go on his property to assess the habitat. The birds are not there right now. They won't be there till mid-March. At first he said yes, then he must have talked to somebody and he said no. I know, personally, I've got a dozen people, well not a dozen, I've got a half a dozen here, that have been right next door, the barbed wire fence that we were talking about, okay, and they have seen black-capped and golden cheeks.
We've got pictures.
We've got pictures. In fact, they got them on their back right now. I've had a gentleman.
This photo was taken on 196. Yeah. On his property.
I've had the guy that took this photo is David Cree. He's a landscape architect. Comes in this area and works. Plus, he's got family here. He came. This picture was taken March 8th or 11th. I'm not sure which. Okay, but this is the second time he's been here from Georgia. First time he came just specifically to see the birds because he'd never seen them. They were lifers for him. He's come back to see the bird again. This time he brought a camera. And he's told me about Flickr, without the E in the Flickr.com. You go in there, look under David Cree, birder, you will see 10 of the most beautiful pictures of golden-cheeked warblers that I think have ever been taken on Chalk Mountain. He was a little early this year to see the blackcap, but the previous time he was here, he did see the blackcap. All these folks that are up here from Fort Audubon have been right next to this property that we're talking about. If you want to see on the map, I can show you where we were. The birds are there. The habitat's there. There's no doubt about it. This, I guess, is Somerville County.
That's
Right through here. And we bird this hill right in through here. There's the property we're talking about right here. This is the other mountain that may come down. They've already had a caliche pit on there for a long time. But this mountain may come down. The signs that are up are right here right now. There's 3 up, well hidden in the cedars. But anyway, this is where we've been birding all along in through here. And that's where we've seen blackcaps and golden cheeks multiple times. There's only been a few times that I've failed during the season to show the birder those 2 birds. By the way, those aren't the only 2 birds that are up there. It surprised the heck out of me. The guy from England saw a wild turkey. First time he'd ever seen a wild turkey. I see them all day. So they don't mean much to me, but to him, woo, turkey. Astro the flycatcher was another one that people got amazed about being there. Apparently, it's hard to see. I got it in my own yard, but I don't have blackcaps in my